Hello, what is going on, guys? My name is Chris here, and this is another episode of Let's Build a Park. This is part number 9, and I've actually done quite a few amount of changes to the park. I mean, as you can tell, basically the first couple of episodes were kind of not necessarily pointless. I just like the way the park is coming out to be now. But I deleted a bunch of this, and this is going to be basically like I'm going to create a fence, and then this is going to be kind of like the back parts, like the backyards of a bunch of homes and stuff like that. So I'm going to make the back of, and then this is obviously like a storefront. And right here, used to be, I was going to make this an entrance, but I thought it would be way cooler if there was like a planter, and it would enabled me to add a lot more detail, and I used kind of like the tops of these Carvatron things, and it looks really cool as like aligning the grass. So that's basically what I did right there, and I added some trees and stuff like that. I added some foliage over here. That looks really awesome now too. And I added a bunch of garbage cans and like boxes and stuff like that just to fill in some of that detail. And overall, I'm very pleased with the way this has come about. And over here, like I said, it's just going to be probably more lines and stuff like that. So yeah, let's just get started. Now, let's say, since we're going to be building the back parts of houses and stuff like that, let me think for a moment. I'm probably going to be here. Well, it's the one thing that's going to be ruining this is probably this thing, and I kind of want to delete it, but I'll probably make something else of it soon. So I know it sounds kind of weird that I'm deleting a bunch of stuff. So it's kind of weird that like basically in a few episodes like the park's completely changed. I know a lot of you guys are probably like really like I just built some of this stuff and now I'm just deleting it, but it's just honestly to me I like it a lot better. That's just simply the only reason why I'm doing it. I know, I apologize, but it's the way it is. So I'm gonna be building a fence now. I'm not the first person to use a fence like this, but my good friend Smurfs in a Box, he's a fantastic park builder. He used like these catwalks as almost like a fence. It's just kind of like a different version, but I love the way they look just because it's something different, and it actually I like it. It doesn't look as sketchy as like the pre-built fences are in the game, obviously. So obviously right there, since we're gonna want to have the park, I'm gonna make this probably just like so. I know I'm kind of making everything the same type of color, but I just like the way it looks. So we don't need the fence to be that crazy high right now. So I'm just gonna be let's make sure this is somewhat straight, and then we're gonna copy and paste both of these, and then we're gonna paste this going across, and then I'll put some foliage, and there'll be some buildings, and then all we gotta do is just add some more benches and some details and stuff like that, and the park will be done. So this one will probably be, I think, 1 or 2 maybe episodes more than the previous city parks, but you know, it is the way it is. So I haven't figured out necessarily the video schedule. Obviously you guys will have seen it already, but I'm probably just gonna be finished the Waterfront series, and I'm gonna start 2 more after I'm done with this, and then it'll be kind of like the same thing like that. I mean, it looks this looks kind of weird, I guess, at the same time, because you can kind of see through it, but like going that way you can see through the fence, but going this way you can't. So it's kind of weird. It's almost like a cool illusion. But so now we're gonna be getting to the back sides of a building now. Actually, instead of maybe a residential area, we can go with let's see here. Let's see. We can't use, well, we can use DLC, but I just choose not to because I know a lot of you guys like it, and that was kind of pointless going through there. Actually, you know what? He used the grandstand. Now that I think about it, whatever. It's all right. Besides, it took up less terrain anyway, so it's a win. So sorry. Let's see here. I'm gonna probably be using the Carverton Market sign just because this thing's so underrated. Just because, excuse me, you can use so many of these pads and like none of the terrain gets filled up. It's pretty crazy. So, here's the blue. We're gonna place a bright blue pad just because we want to have some color, and we don't need to be too high. I mean, it's kind of unnecessary. And I'm gonna be making this thing 1 thing tall. I will be adding some like roof stuff to the top of it just to give it extra details and stuff like that. So why are you snapping into there? Come on, snap right next to this. There you go. Snap right next to your blue brother. Come on, dude. Really? You're gonna be snapping onto that? Alright, hold on. And then we can add a gap between the two, I guess. Why not? I'll be adding some whatever you call grass between it. I don't like how I want to make this a little less wider. It's alright if this side isn't 100% lined up perfectly, because people won't necessarily be skating this, because this is just to add some detail to the outside. And this one, obviously we're going to want to go with a blue color. So yeah, well, actually never mind, I don't know what I was even going to talk about. Boom. As one of the major things, I know I haven't just been talking, but one of the major things I've seen is with people building parks. I'm not pointing this out, I do this too. It's just like I've seen a lot of people build parks where they'll put, like, let's just say they built this section right here. They don't put anything on the side, and it just looks really bad, because obviously right here, as if I'm standing, like I can obviously see that like it's just one pad, but since I put that, I guess the one on the side, it gives the illusion that, you know, it's a big 3D building. I don't know, it's talking about illusion and building and stuff. As you can see, that looks 100 times better. And yeah, it looks all sexy. And actually, I'm gonna move these buildings apart, because I want to, I'll probably just make 3 buildings, and then I'll just put a bunch of trees between them. And then I'll probably just copy this building, but I will be, I'll raise it up a little bit and change the colors to make people look like you spent more time on it, because that's what we're doing. All the illusion. It's all about the illusion, man. It's all that magic trickery and stuff. So there we go. Do I even need to add that side? Honestly, I'm not going to add that side, because there's going to be very few people like right here. So it's kind of unnecessary that I have to add that, because we're just saving terrain. And I'm going to make this building a little bit taller, and I'm going to make this a lighter orange, because, you know, why not? It looks pretty cool. I'm not going to be adding any windows, because I want to just waste terrain, but at the same time, it's kind of, like I said, unnecessary. There's a lot of unnecessary things that, if you think about it, like, you don't have to have. So right now, let's add some trees and stuff. This is definitely very interesting, because this is not exactly what I pictured when I first made the park. But at the same time, I'm glad the way it actually is right now. So it's a good thing. Actually, yeah, I'll leave that there. Now I'm going to be having a bunch of trees and stuff. So, closing off that side, I'll probably just add a building in between one of the episodes. But it's already 8 minutes. So I appreciate you guys for watching. I do the 8 minutes episodes just because I want to make the files as small, but so I can put more out. But I appreciate if you're watching this far, please leave a like and comment below with whatever, just wanting to say hi or something or whatever, or commenting to tell the guy that keeps saying first to tell him to please shut up. I don't know, maybe whatever. But thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in another video. Peace.